Hey guys, Q here for Chapter 8 of Uncharted Drake's Fortune Brutal Walkthrough. We were going to be using the ghost hair method, the cornering method, the blind cover fire method, as well as the weapon exploit, including the infinite ammo and one-hit kills, which you can use. If you don't know what those are, check out my hints, tips, and tricks video at the beginning of this playlist, or my standalone video. So we're going over to, we're in the Drowned City, and we just came off Chapter 7, and it's all slow-mo right now. We're going to use this slow-mo to take out the 3 enemies up on the cliff. Let's see, 43, 44, 45. Alright, so as you can see, we finally got up on the cliff, and we're going to take them out with the pistol that we start with. It can be he's trying so hard. Hey, I got him. So we can utilize that super slow-mo for that part, but then we're gonna switch it off. We're gonna get our normal weapons. Blah 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 blah. Let's see, rewards. You don't want to just run into the next area to try and dodge those guys, because then you might expose yourself to the guys that are actually in the next area. And there's not really a better way to do it, so just utilize that super slow-mo, since you already have activated from Chapter 7, probably, because that was freaking tough. I wonder if you could hide behind that pile of rubble. Probably not. So we got our M4, and I'm just using the cornering method for these guys, the first 2 guys that are here, and then I'm actually going to move behind that pillar there, and that's basically going to be our home base for this area. There's 2 more enemies here that that we need to make sure that we're taking out, and then there's going to be another wave that we're going to back up for. Notice I tossed a grenade, and boom. I'm pretty sure I heard maybe one of the guys die. I don't know, but I know we got 1 left. No, see, I keep trying to hit him, and it's not working. I know he's a little more to the left, so I'm like, okay. So I'm actually gonna try and use some cornering on it. I ended up using a cover fire with my ghost hair. I think. Yeah, see, there he is there. And he even shot me, but I got him. So as soon as you get him, run back to this pillar. There's going to be a shotgun guy that comes up. Oh, I didn't get him yet. Because I saw him, but he's still freaking not dead. I keep throwing my grenades too far. So I went behind cover here. I'm just trying to get him. As soon as we get this guy, I'm going to run back to that pillar. Because we're going to get a shotgun guy. Or a magnum. I forget which he is. So I saw... There we go. So I see the enemies drop down over the wall. And I know we're ready for the second wave. I move back here with my micro. And I'm just blind firing. Remember, when we're behind cover, a lot of what you want to do there is blind firing. So I blind fired the shotgun guy. I'm actually going to use my ghost hair for this guy. No, I'm using cornering, because there's 1, 2, and then 1 more enemy over by the crank.
Oh, crap.
There he is. So we're going to want to take him out as well. There we go. And as soon as we're done with this part, we're going to reactivate the super slow-mo, because that's it's a jet ski part, and the jet ski parts aren't as bad as the Jeep, because there's some strategy to be had, but you really I just use the super slow-mo. If you don't want to use the super slow-mo, it just may take you a couple tries. It's not that bad, just as long as you peek out well. I'm gonna talk you through some techniques for it while we're going through the super slow-mo. Yeah, so we're in Chapter 8. Okay, so I'm turning on the super slow-mo right now. So I'm moving to easy, and I'm doing the trick right so that it doesn't mess with the trophy. Turning on the super slow-mo, and then we're gonna just be grudging. Yeah, sure, grudging. We're gonna be grudging our way through this, which I would have figured this was slow-mo, not super slow-mo. Like, I want even slower than that. Funny thing is, the gameplay is slow-mo, but your camera and stuff still move normal speed, it seems. which is kind of interesting. So for this first part, the enemy is going to show up top of that archway there. And the way to do anything with the jet ski is basically Nate will turn in whatever direction she's pointing. He will turn the jet ski. So you have to make sure you turn the jet ski a full 90 degrees and then tap the gas to expose a little more. And then you're going to see me doing that a little better later on. But it's like I turn 90 degrees, I tap the gas to expose myself a little more, and then aim. And you just got to make sure that that you turn again before you hit that gas, otherwise you might go charging into a bunch of enemies. I think there's an enemy through this archway. Just like that, I'm 90 degrees. Now it's just the one. But like I was 90 degrees, and then I aimed. And then I was 90 degrees, and then I aimed. So whenever you're going around a corner or something like that, you turn the jet ski 90 degrees, tap that gas, and then aim. See if you exposed any enemies, exposed yourself. You want to try and expose one enemy at a time. I'm being very careful here because, like I said, I hate these jet ski sequences. Great game, great freaking game, good story. Can't wait till I even play Uncharted 2, and I'll probably even do a walkthrough on it by the time I'm done with it. Taking out that enemy there, you want to make sure, see, look at this, I'm turning a full 90 degrees, I gas a little, and then aim. And boom, I see the enemy before he sees me. See, now notice how Nate is turned directly the way I'm aiming. So I'm going to turn Nate to the left and then gas. See, I just hit that left, and then gas, and then aim. Well, you know, this is for the barrel. So that's the strategy you're going to use here. It's a lot harder on Chapter 12 because of the freaking currents. But the super slow-mo makes it doable. Alright, so we got two up top here. No, we got, let's see, there's one on the roof down there. So hit that barrel, and then as soon as we kind of expose our way through that archway, there's going to be an enemy, not on that archway, but on the roof behind that archway. There he is. You see him there? Because I could have sworn there was one on top of that archway, but I think that's just in Chapter 9. Just 3 jet ski Sea-Doo sequences, Chapter 8, Chapter 9, and then Chapter 12 is entirely jet ski. But either way, you know, we're going through here. Just be very careful. Shoot out those barrels. I don't really have much else to say. You know, study where the enemies are. Let's see here. No, it's on the next section. This is there he is. So notice how I'm going. There's going to be one guy on the left here as well, so I'm waiting until I'm healed up. But you want to make sure that you're only exposing yourself to one enemy at a time if you have a choice. And so that's kind of what we're going for here. I know there's going to be one there, so oh, I hit an imaginary wall next to me there. Alright, come on, buddy. There you are. Yeah. And now I know there's more on the right as well, so once I expose myself past this walkway, I know there's at least one enemy on the right there. I totally forgot about that guy. Trying to get an angle on him. See, I got that left shoulder. I'm on the left shoulder, and there we go. Got him. And then I believe there's going to be one more enemy on the right. The problem is this area looks very similar to the area with the weights, with the gate we need to drop. So it's, there he is. So I get the two confused. But study where the enemies are. If you're really having trouble with this, look at where the enemies are and just try and expose only one at a time. See, I'm making sure that's the one you want to be careful about. Because he's up top there, kind of far away, but he's what I would call in the next area, but he's still got a vantage point to shoot you. There we go, and I think I'm going to try and shoot some barrels that won't work out. I think that's part of what they do. You know, the way the game's rendered, and especially when they remaster. There we go. Especially when they remaster, you'll see stuff down the way not load up all the details. It's kind of a way to keep those faster loading times, make sure there's not lag, to where it only loads the base layer when it's super far, then it loads the second layer when you get closer, and then it loads the third layer as you get close, you know, close. Very noticeable when you're watching in high def, fairly noticeable when you're watching in high def, but you know, not anything that really affects gameplay. So what if I can't see the see the grain in the leaf in that from that tree that's way down the distance there? So what? You know, it's like, come on, there's got to be a limit. Maybe there doesn't. Don't forget about this guy to the left. I knew he was there, but I wasn't seeing him, so I was, as you can see, I kept moving my camera until I saw him, and then straight up aimed on him. And finally, we're done with this super slow-mo part. Thank God. Hold on, Elena. Oh, he didn't say Elena. But because this is actually, they force you to kind of, quote, walk through this area up to the point. I turn off the super slow-mo here because I don't want to just sit there going, me, just super slow, you know, toward that landing. Now, I mean, if you're really struggling with it, keep the super slow on the whole time. Why not?
There it is.
You know, it's there for you to use. It's an exploit, and they didn't patch it. It was there in the PS3 version. It's there in the PS4 remastered. They didn't take it out, so it's like,
I'm just saying.
use it if you want, or if you still like the little more challenge, don't. Not a problem, you know. My strategies are gonna work whether you're using the weapon and infinite ammo and stuff exploit or not. So these are still good videos, even if you're not using the exploit. The ghost air method is invaluable on this type of game. So we're gonna be moving through this area. I think, yeah. See, I got my M4 on my back.
Check it out.
I'll stay here and keep
You're
an
gonna
eye
want
on
to
our
post
ride.
up at this and on this side of this small little bridge. You definitely don't want to get too far, and use the cornering method here as much as you can. Just go very slow, because after you cross a certain point on the other side of the bridge, like 2 more enemies will run out at you, and you don't want to be caught off guard because they will take you out.
Oh boy.
I went to throw a grenade and screwed it up. I hope that made you yawn. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a prankster. I'm setting up a April Fool's Day prank right now, where I posted on Facebook that, you know, for April Fool's Day, I think I'm actually just gonna get my friends and family real gifts, and the prank will be that they think it's a prank gift when it's not. And so I'm double blinding them because it is going to be a prank gift. I got them some good smelling candles that after about 4 hours of burning, it goes into a second scent, which is horrid. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but they're not going to watch these videos. I know that. No one plays this game. So notice right there is when the next set of enemies came out, and I went straight behind the cover there. I'm using my blind fire. Use those bears if you have to. But there was two enemies, so I didn't want to use a cornering method. Sorry, 3. Looks like there's 3 enemies. Yeah, and so I didn't want to use the cornering method because if one of them ran up on me, like 2 of those did, I wanted to be behind cover, and that blind fire, takes them out quite well if they're rushing you. Alright, so I got that 3rd enemy, and so now I'm watching it. We got the explosive guy. Now, generally speaking, if you're careful about it, you can corner him without him firing a shot off at you. Frankly, I don't remember if he fired a shot at me, but I know I get him pretty quick. He's up top there, and right now I'm just trying to see him. There we go. I see him. Nope, those are the rocks. Wait for it. There he is. Ah, yeah, see, and I exposed myself a little too much. But there we go. And so and then obviously I'm doing I'm cornering. Now I wanted to make sure there's no more that will rush us. Sometimes there's an enemy or two. There he is, that will rush us from after we kill that guy. There's usually 2 of them, and they'll come down the left side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to post up right along there, but behind cover. Notice I'm staying behind cover, so if someone rushes, I can blind cover fire them. And take them out real easy, staying behind cover. So at this point, I know that they'll be exposed. I just don't know if they're going to rush me or if they're going to stay behind. So I'm doing my best. I killed that one enemy. And so I know there's one off to the right over there. So I'm going to try and take him out with a grenade to make sure I still keep my cover. So I'm actually going to move to the right here and hop up on here. Trying to look, that wall's in my way, so I'm gonna blow up that freaking wall because I can't see crap behind it. Just grenade it. You know, we got unlimited ammo, which includes unlimited grenades. And so there he is. So let's try and drop a grenade on him, shall we? And no, not quite. Let's try it again. Let's maybe bounce off the wall. There we go. And I'm keeping an eye on the left just in case someone decided to rush me while I was doing that. I know there's 2 enemies left. Or 3. And we're going to be blind covering them as well. So I think I move here. Yep. Waiting for them. They're not showing up. You don't want to go rushing through that archway because that's where they are. So I'm going to use the cover and I'm going to blind cover fire them. I'm like, okay, now they're here. The only thing to be concerned about here, well, of course, that enemy. So maybe I could have corner fired this area as well. I was just always afraid of that shotgunner. If I'm corner firing, he can get you at the same time you get him. And just, you know, it's a bitch. Grenades are your friends. You know, use that grenades. There he is. Come on. Oh, and I fired like the wrong way. That was weird. So I think at this point, I know he's the only enemy left. It's not working out well. My cover firing because of just the angle on the wall. And boom, grenade worked perfectly. So now we got all the enemies. It's only 1 enemy left in this chapter, actually. Which, I think I left the death in. I died in a bullshit way, and it's just, it's funny. What you're going to do, as soon as you hop over that, this is a ghost hair method, where you're going to hop over and hang, soon as line up your ghost hair, and as soon as he's done firing, peek out, and then just take him out. If you just tried to blind fire, you can't fire more than 1 shot at a time blind firing from a hanging point. And what the hell? Either way, that enemy is the checkpoint, which is weird because as soon as you open the gate, that's another checkpoint. So 2 checkpoints really close to each other. I don't know. Maybe they realized that this animation was a little wonky. I just said wonky. Either way, go ahead and hit this gate, and I'll see you in Chapter 9 for some more super slow-mo.
Down here. You okay?